So we can start with an opening statement from Coach about tomorrow's game.
Yeah. What a huge day for Arizona athletics and Arizona basketball. We're excited for the opportunity to play in front of a great crowd against a rival school, and just an opportunity to get a big win if we're able to pull it out. So just been practicing really hard, getting back from a long road trip, and like I said, players are fired up, and this one always means a little bit more. We understand that. Hasn't been too long since we played them last, so we're excited for another opportunity to add them and to make the adjustments and clean up the game plan a little bit, and we've done that, so we're excited.
Becky, there have been a few times where you've had to either sit Lonnie or you've not played her at all or you've taken her out. What is that, disagreement or whatever, what effect is that having, and how can you move forward so, things are on a good level?
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with 18 to 22-year-old young people, and there's a lot more that goes into this than coaching basketball between the lines. There's a lot of life lessons. There's a lot of discipline and accountability and helping and teaching and making sure these young people grow, and this happens a lot, whether it's public or private. With Lonnie this year, there's been some bumps in the road and learning moments for her and opportunities for me to teach and help her grow, and I think I've done that. But at the end of the day, our culture is most important this year. It's really, really important that we lay a foundation and make sure that our standards and our expectations are firm, and what I say I'm going to do, that I do. No matter who you are. So she's a young person. She's growing. She's learning. I'm not going to give up on anybody, but I am going to stick to my guns, and I am going to make sure that this culture is firm and the foundation is laid the way that it needs to, which is what we're doing this year.
Is that what you attribute to the bumps in the road?
I don't think it's youth with Lonnie. I think she's about 22, 23. She's about a fifth year. But when you talk about youth in terms of just in her life, yes, she's a young person, and so she's learning, she's growing, and I'm going to make sure that the things that she learned at Buffalo and the things that she's learning here are things that are going to help her, protect her, and set her up for success in the future that goes well beyond bouncing a basketball.
This isn't just specific to Lonnie and Nora not playing the last game, but you've changed the lineup kind of throughout the season.
Yeah.
You've said to us that you want to reward players that are giving what you want in practice and those types of things. Do you think that that shuffling, changing of the lineup from game to game, week to week, is having any impact on the chemistry and the cohesion on the floor or the outcomes that you guys are getting in games?
Listen, there's no one that would love to have a solidified lineup than me. The fact that there are so many changes means inconsistency. And my job is to win basketball games, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win basketball games. And with this group, I would love nothing more than 5 or 6 people to have solidified a spot and solidified their role on this team, which means they bring it every day in practice. They bring it every day to the game. They're consistent. They're disciplined. I know what I'm getting out of them. I don't have that with this group, and that is what it is. So I'm going with the people that 2-3 days prior to the game have shown me they understand the game plan. They are going to play extremely hard, and they're going to do exactly what they're asked. Now, sometimes it's a matchup thing. Sometimes we got to play a little bigger. Sometimes we got to play a little bit smaller. But there's no one that would love to have a solidified 5, 6, 7 that just I know what I'm getting out of them every single night. That's not what we have. So not so much shuffling the lineup and messing with them as it is who's going to help us win this game in this moment today? And that's what type of group this is, and that's how I'm coaching them.
What do you need to change for a different outcome this time against ASU?
Yeah, I think against ASU the first time, obviously, we were traveling. We were on the road, and Tanny didn't even play. Obviously, Mickey was out. So I think getting Tanny back is going to be a good thing for us, just in terms of some athleticism and ability to rebound and guard. I thought we executed a game plan extremely well the first time we played them. So I don't think there's anything in terms of reinventing the wheel or coming up with something that we just pull out of nowhere for this game to try to just get a win. Like, I thought we did a really good job the first time. Some offensive rebounds down the stretch hurt us. Couple missed shots down the stretch hurt us. So, things that could easily go the other way this time around without us having to completely change what we do.
Starting to come into her own, especially on both ends of the floor, but especially on the defensive end. Just what have you liked from her the last several games, and how do you think she can impact the outcome tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, Addie's another one of those, like, I'd love some consistency out of her. She's shown glimpses. She's had a couple games where she's done a good job, and, I've challenged her. I did not think she played well at Cincinnati, so it's like, why the inconsistency? Why the up and down, But the glimpses you do see where she is playing well and she is locked in, she is focused, and she's doing what she's supposed to do. Those things are encouraging, but at the same time, there's got to be some consistency, and I have to know what I'm getting out of you every single night. So she's athletic as it gets. She can block shots. She can protect the rim. She can, guard on the perimeter. But she can't have a game where she's great and then a game where she's super inconsistent, which is what we saw on the road this last week. So definitely need her to be great tomorrow.
Coach go about instilling discipline?
When you set standards and you have certain expectations and you state those to your team in the beginning of the season, and when you bring people to the University of Arizona, like I say things and then I live by those things. It doesn't matter who you are. So I think the discipline is, saying what you're about, saying what the standard is, and making sure that if the standard is not met, that you stay true to what you say is going to happen if that standard is not met. And so it's not, this person's a better player than this person, so we're going to hold them to a different standard than that one. Or, it's a situation where everybody's treated the same, and they're treated to the standard that we've set for the culture of this program. Being a great teammate, being about the details, being extremely coachable, all those things, being on time, tucking your shirt in. Like, we're a very, very, very tight, disciplined program. And it's not for everybody, and that's okay. But what we say we're going to be about here, we're going to be about it 7 days a week.
Over the last couple of weeks about, there being a bright spot or two a game, and you said, you're kind of tired of those bright spots. But I think as we kind of flip it 180, maybe one consistent area of opportunity has been just foul trouble. What are those conversations like, and how do you get the players to play with more discipline on the court and not be in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, they're a very young group that does have to be really, really scrappy on the defensive end of the floor because we're so small and we're less athletic and we're all those things from a personnel standpoint. We got to take some chances. We got to fly around. We got to be a little bit scrappy. But you can do that while being very, very disciplined defensively as well. There's a fine line, and you can do both. Both things can be true, and we haven't done a good job of finding that balance. Consistently enough. Foul troubles definitely hurt us. I mean, I've done everything. Like, I'm sure fans are watching the game. Like, they keep fouling. Like, I've brought officials to practice. I mean, like, I'm working on it. And at the end of the day, like, at some point, like, the players have to change, right, and take some accountability for fouling and being undisciplined in moments where they need to be great. If it beats you enough times, you would think there would be some change. And so there has been at times, but then the next game they go right back to fouling everybody and going crazy. So again, it's a characteristic. It's who you are. Are you a disciplined player? Are you coachable? Or do you understand what's happening here? Or do you just keep doing the same things over and over?
Okay, we're good.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.